Who remembers what happened last time?
Let's see.
Yeah, one
We
shot
killed
at me.
we killed like a crab. No, we
Smart.
ran past the crab, and then we grabbed like the trident,
Yep.
and then we doubled back, and then we went to start the other path. Oh yeah, and then we found that like Scooby Doo like discolored like rectangle on the wall, and it was just like a room full of ghosts and nothing else. Or no, untold riches, but like we just disintegrated into the ground.
I'm glad you remembered the untold riches. That was important. For
I'm
sure.
surprised. I was like I was specifically just like bring up. It's like it's disintegrated. It's disintegrated.
Cool. Well, yeah, you pretty much summed it up. You guys finished the middle pathway of the White Plume Mountain dungeon, and you got Wave, the Trident of Poseidon, and you have one more passageway to finish up. So we'll get started on that today. I'm super excited. Let me see. Did you leveled up last time, right?
Yeah, we
I'm
leveled
level 7.
Okay, yep. So one level per passageway so far. So one more after you guys complete this one. So I think we're right where we need to be. Anything else we need to do here? I think we're good. Let me just take a look at my adventure module, and I think we're good to go. So yeah, you guys, you got past the hallway of like the heated metal plates that was heating up all the metal on your bodies and everything. And as soon as you got past that, you got ambushed by the ghouls in the secret room and found out that it was just like an empty storeroom. So you come out of this empty room, and you come out into this hallway. If you guys can see on the stream here, you come out back into this main room that you found after the heated metal corridor there, and all you can see is more stone floor. It seems to be drying out. There's not as much of the kind of like swamp muck water on the floor here. It's starting to just look like dry black stone, and there's a staircase leading up that seems to go around a corner, and you don't really see anything else in the room. Anything you guys want to do before you carry on?
How's everybody's HP?
Grack is currently full. I don't know about you guys.
I am too.
I think everybody. I think
Should
you,
be after the level
yeah,
up.
I think you guys leveled up after you finished getting the last one, so everybody should be all good to go.
You leveled up?
To
Level
7
7.
at the end of last time, right? Or
I am
close to
7.
the end of last time, I guess.
Yeah, it must have got hit somewhere. I don't know.
You might have taken damage from the metal heating hallway.
Right.
So if you need to heal up or anything like that, you can definitely take the time to do that before we get started.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
You guys, you came to this empty storeroom after Flack kind of fireballed the hell out of those ghouls and cleared it all out. So now you're kind of just in these two empty chambers, and it seems to be pretty calm. You don't sense any immediate danger, so taking some time to heal doesn't seem like a big deal.
You want to roll 2?
Yeah, go for it. Grack says, how you holding up, buddy?
Pretty good, Greg. Pretty good. How about you, man?
Never better in my whole life. I think I never want to leave this place.
Do you think about her sometimes, Greg?
Who?
You know, our brides,
What are you talking about?
our Kelpie queens, Greg.
Oh, yeah, the good old days. Sad that they had to die.
Yeah.
We'll be with them soon, buddy.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Let's keep
What?
going.
All I don't like that guy anymore.
After he says that, you all hear this kind of abrasive voice enter your heads, and it sounds differently than Whelm and Wave, who've been talking to you on and off throughout your journeys through the passageways here. And you hear this like really gristly, like deep, like evil sounding man voice say, "You're finally so close. End this now so we can continue our reign of destruction upon the world."
Huh?
Who's that?
I like this guy.
Grack says, whoa, who said that? Which one of you guys, what was that?
Wait, was that you?
Wave says, you hear like the water sounds washing over you, and Wave says, unfortunately not. That was our brother, Black Razor, the final legendary weapon of White Plume Mountain.
Do I
So we
do I
have
hear a sound of bad? You don't like the way you don't like your brother?
Whelm speaks up and he says, it's not that we don't like him. It's just that he's kind of intense. He's not evil. He just he gets his kicks, consuming the souls of all living beings.
Okay, I really like this guy.
Whelm
we have
says,
one of those brothers.
Whelm says, where my duty is, I was crafted by the ancient dwarven society to rid the world of evil. Black Razor was created to bring all of the universe into the eternal void and end all existence of all matter. But he's pretty cool if you wield him. He's a pretty good sword.
So we have Whelm, Wave, and Black Razor.
Correct. Well, you don't have Black Razor. He's talking to you, but you haven't got him yet.
Is Black Razor adopted? Quite fit.
Whelm says, "Well, we're all technically adopted. We aren't people. We're just we are legendary artifacts that were imbued with such powerful magic that we gained sentience, and throughout the time, the three of us kind of became known together because our owners and wielders all battled together originally in the ancient times, but we were all stolen and captured and imprisoned here together, so we kind of became bonded."
So okay, I understand that. He's not really your sibling. He's just kind of that weird kid,
Yeah, pretty much. He's like the weird uncle of the family. The weird uncle that wants to exterminate all matter from the universe. Everyone's got one.
Can't say I do.
Cool
But
uncle.
Yeah, he's the cool uncle, I guess you could say that.
One that gives you fireworks and tells you to go outside and just shoot as many as you can before your mom sees.
Yeah, and then he captures your soul.
Oh, he helps you capture souls. He teaches you how to.
Anyways, he's very powerful, and he's probably been wanting to get out for a while, and he might help us out here if we can get him. So I guess we better go.
Yep, I think it's Crack's turn. He's first.
my turn.
Grack's turn.
At
For the front line.
Math checks out. I guess it's Grack first.
Grack, he's like, well, I still don't understand who is saying all this stuff, but I guess I'll go first. And he marches forward towards the stairs. And you guys get up this stairway, and you turn around a corner, and then a large, lengthy room opens before you. And it's kind of a really long, narrow room. It looks like it's about only 10 or 15 feet wide, but it's really, really, really long. And as soon as you get in there, you see, let's see, can you guys see the stream okay? Are all of you looking at it?
Yeah.
Or the map, I guess, either way on Roll20? I'll zoom in here right on this specific section that we're at. But if you see room 22 is the long, narrow room that you've found yourself in here. If you can see the lines marked A,
Yeah.
this room appears to be covered in this foggy white material that is glowing, and the floor, walls, and ceiling are all covered in this material. But the lines that are marked A in the room in front of you, you can see about a 10-foot wide pit. And on the other side of the room, right close to the edge, where you can see another wall and then a door that leads out of the room on the other side, another 10-foot wide pit that seems to drop down pretty far. And if you looked into it, you could probably see how far down it goes. But all you can see in this room is this glowing, foggy white material that's totally covering all of the surfaces of the room, and then these two pits.
Is it cold?
It doesn't feel cold. It feels about as cold as the rest of the dungeon. It's this, damp, kind of murky cave feeling. It's probably about 55 degrees. It's not freezing, but it's not very warm. It's uncomfortable feeling, but it doesn't feel like this material is making it any colder.
I don't know about you guys, but this looks like a trap. I bet it's slippery.
Grack says, what do you guys think is in the hole? I like holes. We used to live in holes, guys. And he walks up to the edge and looks over, and he's like, "Oh God, yeah, we don't want to live in that hole."
I'm to guess it's a bunch of bodies.
You can go up beside him and take a look if you'd like.
I'll go ahead and do that.
He turns around to you and kind of motions you over, and you're standing like where the character is on the map right now. It's kind of this same like obsidian floorway before this pit, and then after the pit is all of the like foggy white material that's covering anything. So you're kind of just standing on stone overlooking this pit right now, and you look down and it looks like about a 15-foot drop into what looks like a garbage pit that is just completely full of like discarded metal and rusty like razors and spikes.
Crack, that's how you get tetanus.
Grack's like, what's tennis?
Never mind it.
He's like, those things look like they poke.
Uh-huh. I want to take a piece of my useless lead and throw it onto B and see what happens.
Take a piece of what?
Piece of my lead that I found.
Oh, one of those like lead pellets. Okay, so you, how hard are you throwing it? Where are you trying to get it to?
Just the center.
Just trying to toss it into the center. Okay,
yeah.
So you kind of like underhand toss it and try to like arc it so it just land flat in the center of the floor there, and it lands and it kind of like bounces once and then it slides all the way across like a curling block, all the way across and falls right into the pit in the other side of A over there.
Exactly what I thought. So guys, this stuff is mad slippery. If we touch it, we go in hole.
Oh, then we have multiple options. Obviously, I could just fly over this thing, so like I don't really care. But I'm feeling nice today, so I'm gonna put a little bit of brain effort to try and help you guys. Maybe you could try and like fill the second hole or cover it so that if you slip, it's not so bad. Or maybe you get something that's sticky, or maybe you walk on the walls or something with like sticky hands, or I don't know. You guys get creative. I'm giving you ideas.
If I shoot an arrow into the ceiling, will it be lodged?
How would you know?
Can I roll perception?
You can try, yeah. You look at the ceiling and it looks exactly the same as the floor. It's just totally coated in whatever this weird foggy white substance seems to be. You guys go ahead and try out whatever you want to do. You're welcome to try to shoot an arrow or do whatever you want.
Can I make an Arcana check on the stuff?
Sure.
Stuff on the ground. Wow.
You've never seen anything like this before. It appears to be some sort of magical substance, but not anything that you're familiar with.
I forgot monks don't believe in magic.
Not this kind.
The magic of the mind. I probably could just jump it, like completely jump the entire thing, but you guys need help as well. I'm gonna try to shooting it. Well, I'll take an arrow and try to. Can I? Is this bouncy stuff only in B part? Only in the section of.
It appears to be coating the entire room except for the pits.
Including C?
Yeah, as far as you can tell, the room just extends all the way out and hits a wall, and all the walls, ceilings, floors, everything is just coated.
Alright, I'm gonna try lodging an arrow into the ceiling.
Okay.
You want me to roll for it?
Yeah, so you're just taking your bow, shooting an arrow?
Yep.
Okay. Where exactly are you aiming it at?
Nowhere specific right now. I just want to see if it sticks.
Just towards the center of the room on the ceiling again?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pull back and you fire your Galewind longbow, and the arrow goes straight up towards the ceiling, like diagonal 90-degree angle arc away from you, hits the ceiling, bounces, and flies towards the other end of the room, and it appears to go through the wall and disappear.
Anyone else see that?
Yeah.
So it's very bouncy. And maybe there's an invisible wall over there, or a non-invisible wall, or not a wall. Not.
So the arrow and a rope is out of the question since your arrow didn't stick.
Grack says, what do you think, Brack? What do we do? You want me to jump it?
Please don't.
Just a minute. Yes, just a minute. I'm going to tell Grack, yes, we're going to have you jump it, but we're going to tie a rope to you first.
Okay.
Sound idea.
So if you start sliding, we won't let him go into the pit.
Sure.
Let's probably give him enough so he can at least make it to
the other side if he can, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just assume all of you guys have like your own length of rope or whatever. So yeah, if you fashion them all together, you have enough to make it to the other side or whatever you want to do. That's cool. Let me know what the plan is and we can go forward with it.
I just say that Brack jump the pit and try to make it across the second pit, but hopefully fall short of just making it to the door. Don't go any further.
Okay. So, Grack, you guys fashion all your ropes together and whatnot. He kind of goes to the back wall where you guys are standing. Are you all like holding the rope that he's attached to?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, in case he
I
falls.
guess so.
Yeah, we're not going to let him slide in the pit.
Situationally, there's nothing smarter to do.
Okay, so he is like, he backs up against the back of the wall and just takes this running jump, and he's going to make a athletics check here.
He's totally gonna smash his face on the ceiling.
Fuck. Let me see what his athletics bonus is. It's hopefully good. All right, it's +7. So he runs and jumps across the first A, and he like does this huge like heroic long jump, and like midair like already, like looks like he's ready to have his feet planted, and lands on the ground, and he just starts like ghost sliding across the floor towards the other A. And he starts to like try to like catch himself and like plant his feet and maybe start like running so he can maybe try to jump the second A, but he gets zero traction. It's like there's like literally no friction possible on this floor, and he can't even move his legs. He's like in the cartoons where there's a person that runs off a cliff and then they still keep running midair. He's just like running on the floor and not going anywhere. He's just continuously slowly sliding forward towards the second pit.
Oh boy.
Well, girl, we're gonna stop.
Yeah, we're gonna
pull
stop
on the rope and stop him short of this.
Okay, so I'll move the character. This can be Grack for now. So you guys pull him so the rope is tight just before he gets to the pit.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you pull him and you like pull the rope tight so he stops at the second pit, the friction, like there is none, and he just is still like floating around. So once you pull the rope, he starts to just slowly slide back the other way.
Oh.
Grack, jump forward. You gotta preserve momentum.
He's like, now he's been pulled backwards and he falls over and he's just like trying to scramble to get up. He pushes his arms on the floor and they just like slide out from under him, and he's just like flailing on his back, getting pulled back towards the first pit. And he's about 5-10 feet away from the first pit that's in front of you guys now.
Help him back up so he doesn't fall in the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna need all of you to make a strength check.
Oh boy.
What do you got, Clack?
16? I rolled a 16, yeah.
Okay, 16, 4, and 13. Cool. So that's more than good enough. I just needed, since all three of you are like holding the rope, it's like it wouldn't take that much strength to like pull him back up and like get it so there's not enough slack for him to like fall down into the bottom of the pit. So 16 is more than good enough, and he's kind of like dangling over the edge of the pit, like just above the razors and stuff like that. And he's like, "You guys, I don't think that worked out very well. Pull me up, please." And he starts to like try to climb up the rope.
Nice try, buddy.
Anybody else have an idea? I have one other.
So he's back up there with you guys now.
Actually, I do have one idea.
Okay.
I want to use my dispel scroll, and hopefully it just gets rid of the shit.
Your dispel scroll?
Yeah, we got a scroll to dispel magic earlier.
Yeah, go ahead. And what are you trying to cast it on?
The slippery floor.
Okay.
Is there anything for that? Do I have to do anything?
I think it's just essentially just lets you cast that spell. So just delete that scroll from your inventory and you can give it a shot if that's what you'd like to do.
Done.
Okay, you pull out this scroll and you read the runic symbols and everything on it, and you're pretty familiar with what it says, and it's dispel magic, pretty simple spell. Everybody's heard of that. And you kind of read the words and point your hand towards the floor, and this bolt of magic flies out of your hand and hits the floor, and the bolt of magic itself starts to float across the bottom of the floor.
What the fuck is this?
It floats over to the wall that you saw your arrow disappear in, and the wall itself disappears. And you can see behind the wall, about 10 more feet back, is another wall, and it's made of the like obsidian stone that you guys are familiar with, and your arrow from earlier is stuck into that wall.
Maybe there's like a switch or something behind that wall.
Which one of us can fly or sail?
Definitely me.
Let's give you the
take
rope.
some rope and we'll yank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you just get the rope just in case some sort of like bog monster comes out of the secret wall and he pushes me in the hole or something.
I mean, you can fly.
I'm gonna tie this rope to me and I'm gonna shoot some ice down onto this fog and into these little holes, and I'm gonna fly my way over. Alright. And I'm gonna see if there's some sort of secret switch that turns this thing off.
But what if the ice bounces? What if it bounces? The arrow bounced, even the magic bounced.
But I'll just shoot it in the holes. Don't worried. If you're gonna wet yourself over this, then I'll just shoot it only at the stupid garbage.
I'm
Okay?
just saying, flying shards of ice are definitely a detriment to my health.
Would be scared of water.
Sharp water.
Hard water.
Cold water. Water that got
Evil
too
water.
cold. Oh, I'm too cold. That's what the water said, and you're hurt by that.
Yeah, especially if it's lodged in my mouth.
Grax says, come on, bros, no need to fight. We're trying to solve this.
I'm already halfway across.
No, you definitely are not.
I'm gonna
Explain
pick him up and throw him.
explain exactly how you're going to attempt to do this,
I
Flack.
did. I shoot ice into the holes.
Okay, so you
And then I
do you
fly.
like walk up to the edge and like try to shoot a bolt into the razor pit?
Just shoot it like generally just in the hole as like a trash shoot, just like
Sure.
get my aiming down and just to keep my tempestuous magic going.
Sure. So you fire off this cantrip, and you like in your like sorceress blood, your magic is like baked into you. Like this magic just naturally occurs within you, and your school of magic, like the storm magic that you can harness, you just naturally, anytime you like kick out a spell, you can harness the like winds of the storm to levitate you and kind of force you to fly around and stuff. You shoot off this frost bolt, and the wind that normally would come and sail you and boost you up doesn't exist. It like doesn't seem to be effective in this room at all, and you can't fly at all.
All right, well, I got one trump card. I put on the ring of flight.
Sure.
And then I try to
Wait.
jump.
Wait. Yeah.
Why don't you tie a length over on this end and then tie it to the arrow on the other side so we can just shimmy across?
There's a lot of ways we could transfer the ring, but I just want to make sure the ring even works.
Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Good idea.
I just like jump in place to see if I levitate.
You do not.
Oh,
Well, it's just as I
Cheap
feared.
ass ring.
costume jewelry.
Grax sees you jump up and down, Flack, and Grax starts jumping up and down, and he's like, guys, what are we doing?
Not flying.
We're getting beat by something that isn't even alive.
Well, we can still tie rope to an arrow, shoot it across, and tie it this end, and we can just shimmy across that.
Let's
And now
try
the
it.
only
Yes.
solution to me seems like if we just cover the hole, then there's no real obstacle because this just essentially acts as a slide in whatever momentum direction we're going in. So if we jump forward, we'll go forward like Grack, and if there's nothing like to fall into, we just slide across and we're on the other side.
What are we filling it with?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't see any other way to do it since we can't fly.
It's about 20 feet wide and maybe 15 feet deep, each of these pits.
That's like 17 bathtubs.
It's, yeah, probably at least that.
I take out an arrow, tie some rope to it, and shoot it across. Hopefully it sticks.
It sticks into the wall, and the rope is stuck into it.
Then can I check to see if there's anything sturdy to tie this to?
About the door. Is there a door?
Yeah, there was a regular like iron door coming into this room. You could tie it off to.
Yeah, I'll tie off the other end, and
Sure. So you like shut the door and tie it to the hook on the door, and it seems to be pulled tight.
exactly. Grack, I need your body weight.
Grax says, "Yeah, I get that all the time. What do you need?"
Okay. I need you to do your best to dislodge this rope.
He's like, "Rope? Come on, man!" And he like flexes at you, and then he pulls on it really hard, and it like won't come loose.
Perfect. I guess I'll lead across.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything? Anyone else doing this with?
One at a time, I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go one at a time, but I'll stand directly behind him to go second.
Actually, Grack, can you tie some rope to me, Grack, just in case?
Hold on to the rope.
Yeah, so Grack, like, he takes a length of his rope and kind of ties like a circle around you. So in case you like drop the rope or whatever, he can try to pull you back towards the rest of the group. And you leap over the pit and you kind of start sliding across the room with the rope in hand. And you get to the next pit and you kind of pull on the rope as you get to the pit, and you kind of use that momentum to like hop over that one as well. And you make it to where your arrow is lodged in the wall on the other side. And on the map on the screen, you can see where section C is at. That is where like the invisible wall was, like the kind of wall that made it look like it was all one area. So everything inside of C is just like obsidian floor and wall. No magic slidey stuff.
Seems safe, guys.
All right, I'll go.
I'll go afterwards.
All right, yeah, you guys pretty easily all make it across with the help of the rope, and then Grack kind of follows behind.
Wasn't so bad.
All right, we got Grack. Okay, everyone settled. Are we good to go to the next room?
Yep, you made it across. You can all see the doorway on the other side of the room that you're trying to get to. It seems to just be like an open doorway, so you can all kind of angle yourself to just slide right up to the frame of the door and exit the room.
Now, I'm excited to see what's around this corner. See what kind of messed up creature got past this sort of contraption. You know, like,
Probably something that could fly.
I know, because flying doesn't work in that room.
I mean, natural flight.
So as soon as you leave this room, Flack, all of the tempestuous magic that you had like built up in there kind of like explodes at once, and you like slam into the ceiling and then drop onto the floor.
The crack.
There it goes.
My magic is natural too.
You seem to be back out into the normal dungeon hallway again. Let's see here. You passed that. Anything happen here? Okay. So you get into a hallway and it seems to be business as usual. Another dark obsidian tunnel hallway, and you get up to the edge of this tunnel and it splits off, goes left and right. Both ends seem to end with a door.
Does Whelm say anything to me?
Yeah, I was going to ask Wade the same thing.
Whelm says, I'm pretty sure there's a secret door over there, guys.
We don't like this secret door as well.
Last one just had this.
Yeah, the last one didn't work out too well, but
I asked Wade, does she sense an ambush or anything like that?
The ability that Wave gives you makes it so you can't be like surprised, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Wave is like everything seems pretty calm. I don't think there's anybody headed towards us.
All right, I guess we just pick, guys.
Really don't trust that secret, because the last secret was so old that the people guarding the treasure died.
the imploding treasure.
I mean, you'll just one-shot the room again, so...
I don't know. Maybe I'll walk into a room that just fire magic doesn't work, and then I'm screwed.
That's what Grak's for.
That's true.
We just throw a Brack at him.
Up to you guys. Whatever you want to
I'd
do.
vote for a secret room. Maybe we could find an actual flying ring.
I say we take the secret door.
So you guys all you turn the corner and Whelm speaks up and he's like, we could go left or right, but there's also a secret door over there. And he leads you to this part of the wall where you kind of hold up Whelm and like tap him on the wall like a divining rod type of a thing. And the whole wall seems really solid, and then it hits this spot that seems hollow. And when you hit that hollow spot, the cave wall kind of fades away and just leaves an iron door. But there's no door handle, no keyhole, nothing.
I think we should knock.
It's a secret. They're not supposed to know.
Anybody got
Secret knock, of course.
Just push it
no,
open.
no door handle and no lock?
I go knock.
How hard do you knock on the door?
Oh,
Since it's a secret door, I knock pretty lightly, but in various different patterns.
The code.
Yeah,
good answer.
Nothing happens.
No, you always got to try these things.
I just push open the door. I try to at least.
It doesn't move.
It's not a push door.
Definitely not.
It might be a pull door. Grak, try it. And then I start like laughing.
Greg starts to like grab at the door to try to pull on it, and he's like his hands just are flat on the door because there's nothing to grab, and he's
Almost got it, Grak.
his hands are flat on the door, and he's just trying to like pull, and he just keeps pulling his hands off the door. He's like, guys, it's not working.
Keep trying. You're so close.
I think I saw it move, Greg.
He stops for a second and he like licks the door.
You gotta stop that.
No.
You gotta stop
We did
doing
not
that.
say lick the door. We did not say. We said pull the door.
He's like, yeah, it's not working, guys. I'm sorry. And he tries one more time, and he's like, God damn it.
Well, you know how to open this door? I mean, you're pretty used to doors, right?
Is a secret door or a secret exit?
Whelm says, that's a good question. I don't have the ability to discern which way doors open. I can just kind of sense the illusionary doors, you know? That's my thing.
Maybe throw Whelm at it.
Well, that's definitely a loud knock.
Yeah, maybe my knock wasn't loud enough.
Or we could try just taking one of the doors.
But it's a secret.
Have you tried heat metal on this door?
Well, I guess I could do that.
What?
Heat metal?
You cast it?
I'm looking at it real quick.
Don't lick this door now.
If
Yeah.
I'll bite you, Greg.
Grak says, nothing like a spicy door.
Yeah, I'll try heat metal on it.
All right, you cast it. The door begins to start glowing this like super hot red, like whitish red heat. The longer you leave it there, and the kind of moisture in this thin tunnel that you guys are standing in starts to get evaporated and starts to get really hot and humid and starts to feel like a sauna in this little tunnel that you're in. But the door, nothing seems to happen.
Can I try to smack a hole in it so we can pull it open, maybe? With my
Sure.
short sword?
Let me see if it specifically says anything about this here. I don't think so. Hang on.
So basically, I heated the door up and he put a handle on it.
Let's see. Yeah, you smack into the superheated door, and it makes this loud clang, and some sparks kind of fly off of it, like if you hit like a sword on an anvil with a hammer. Kind of makes some sparks, and a little bit of like flaked red metal kind of flakes off of the door, and your sword kind of looks a little bit more beat up now. Like the edge that you hit kind of gets a little blunted, but the door seems to still be pretty much intact. You figure you could probably, like, in some combination of heat metal and like beating on this door, like you could probably get through it, but it's going to take you like days of doing this.
Well, my goal was just kind of to make a notch in it, so maybe we can pull it open.
Essentially, from what you saw, like there's like it's not just like a perfectly flush flat surface, like it's a door, it just doesn't have a handle, you know, and you could get a grip on it to pull, and you can feel like it's not that it's a pull door, it's like it's locked somehow, you know.
Ah,
But there is no keyhole.
must be a big secret behind this door, too. Door, guys.
Either that or it's a one-way door. It's only an exit.
I don't believe in only exits.
Oh, we have no way of knowing. Thanks to Mr. Hammer here, we have absolutely no way of knowing. So, your guess is as good as mine.
Whelm speaks up and he says, "That's Mr. Hammer to you."
I don't see that. Okay.
He says, "You wouldn't even know about this door if it wasn't for me. Don't blame me for not knowing."
I hardly would call this a door.
Well,
I guess we don't really have a choice.
let's go north.
One vote for north. Anybody else?
2 votes for north.
All right.
As long as it's not one of those decrepit secrets again.
I can't imagine there will be any more secrets or puzzles in this dungeon. Haha.
Said slightly sarcastically.
Yeah, just
That's
slightly.
the biggest smirk.
So you guys eventually give up on the door, and Wave is like, "I hope that that's the door that leads to Black Razor, and we can never open it." And
I really don't like him.
and then lets out a big sigh and says, "Just kidding," kind of. And you continue on north. You looked to the south while you were at the door, and you could just see like another iron door, same as the one leading north. And you emerge into this room, and it's a big square room. And this, as soon as you walk in, all of you kind of like close your eyes and like rub them for a second and reopen them like in astonishment. And it takes you a second to take in what is in this room. And if you can see on the map, you enter and there's 6 little kayaks sitting on the floor in this room, and there is a river in the room. But this river is not flowing on the floor. There's these 2 like giant like drainage pipes on each wall, and they're about halfway up the wall, and the river is just floating in the air, flowing from one pipe into the other one through the middle of the room, about 3 or 4 feet off of the floor in the air. Just this like floating tunnel of water that just seems to be magically suspended in the air.
Nah, that's some spooky shit.
Yeah.
And it's just flowing from left to right, I guess, on the map. I believe. Let me make sure that that's the direction that it's going in. Almost positive. From west to east, yes. Okay, so yeah, you come in and you see the waters flowing from your left to your right, just in one side of the room and right out the other, like floating midair.
Well, what was that back there about, like, not wanting, like, your brother to be released? Did I sense a little bit of jealousy back there? Like,
as soon as you say jealousy, Wave like snaps and is like, "Absolutely not. I am jealous of no, what would Wave call it? heretic. Poseidon is all I need, and I am the strength of Poseidon.
Oh, don't need to get so defensive. All right, I'm sorry. It's a touchy subject. I'm sorry. I'll leave it be.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you not to insult my trident. Appreciate it.
Oh, also, if you guys would look at the stream really quick, I might actually be able to show you what this stream looks like. I had to change some settings on the stream. For whatever reason, Streamlabs will no longer like display web pages, so I have to I'm capturing my entire like desktop right now and displaying that, so I can actually show you guys my adventure modules for the adventure now. And there's some like really awesome and horrible like old 70s artwork in it. And there's a drawing of this room with the floating stream. So if you look at the stream at the screen on the stream right now, let me see. You can see there's some confused little dudes looking at this floating river of water in the middle of the room. And it looks ridiculous.
There's fish in it.
Yeah. And there's just like one guy's like scratching his head like, what? But yes, that's what you're looking at, like this floating tunnel of water just going in one side and out the other.
Well, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out what we need to do in this room.
I mean, will we even fit?
Grack says, what's a rocket?
Exactly, Grack. So that's why you're getting in the first rocket. Yeah, sit in that little thing right there.
No, seriously, what's a rocket?
These 6 things in this room, obviously.
So these kayaks are sitting on the floor, and they have like I don't know if you guys are familiar with kayaks, but these are 2-seater kayaks. They both have like, they look solid, but they have like holes where people like sit in them. You know what I mean? It's not like a canoe where the whole top is open. It's like they're just like holes that you sit in and you put your legs through. So
kind of like the game of life.
Grack goes and looks at one of them, and he like sticks one foot in each hole on the kayaks. And he like is standing on it like it's a surfboard, and he's got a foot in each hole, and he's like, all right guys, I'm ready.
This boy's a genius, guys.
I was about to say those are not shoes, but I want to see how this goes.
I say we put them up there.
Is the hole big enough for us to even stand?
I don't think we can stand.
No, I don't think so.
With the way that he is currently situated, like absolutely not. It's probably like 3 feet tall. So if you like sat in the kayak, like you could go through it, but if you stood up on it, you would be hitting the ceiling. It's like a water drainage tunnel that like goes under the road, you know?
I say we take a kayak and just send it through by itself and see if anything blows up.
If it comes back covered in blood.
Yeah, we know not to go in there.
Wait, what? Maybe that's not the place to go. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, good one, Mr. Monk.
While you guys are debating about your tactics, you do see some fish swimming through the water, going from one end to the other.
I asked the fish.
They're all following the same stream flow.
I talk to the fish.
There's fish.
Can you talk to fish because of wave?
Yeah.
So you see them kind of darting in and out, and you can see that they're like blind cave fish. If you've ever seen those, like fish that live in the dark caves for their entire lives, they've kind of evolved to not have working eyes anymore. So these are like really pale looking blind cave fish, just quickly darting from one end to the other. And you kind of reach out telepathically when you see the next one come through with Wave's powers, and you reach out to it. What do you say?
Hello, fellow fish. I am fish too. How are you?
It stops.
What is tunnel?
It turns around, so it's like swimming upstream, so it can kind of just like hover there for a minute, and it's just like treading water, kind of swimming upstream, stuck in the middle of the room, and it's like just stopped, and it looks really confused, and you can kind of get a response back mentally. You can hear its response, but it's very unintelligent. It's a really low level mind of this fish, and you can just feel, you can't even hear words, you just feel its kind of emotions, and it's very confused. Like this thing is not used to having any sort of contact with anything at all.
I'm gonna dumb it down a bit. Water good?
The fish seems way happier about that, and it kind of flips its tail and flips around and darts into the other end of the cave. And you get a feeling like this, like warm, happy feeling. Water good.
Honestly, that can mean anything, guys. It's a fish. Let's try to see if we can catch another one.
Yeah, you can try to do it again with another one that comes by. Another blind cave fish kind of goes through the water, and you can stop it if you'd like to talk to it.
Hey, you.
Same thing. Kind of freaks out for a second and stops and is a little surprised.
Any batfish?
It you get like a response that it doesn't ever, like it's really surprised and kind of scared by your presence, like whatever you are, but it doesn't seem to give off like any sort of fear of its surroundings or anything. I think you can kind of feel that these fish just kind of swim around, and if you wait a second, you kind of feel the presence of that same fish that you talked to originally come back around, and you see it. It's just like you figure out it's just doing laps around this tunnel of water.
All right, guys, these fish are pretty dumb.
Well, I'm gonna
They're
take
just
it.
doing laps around the round.
Yeah, I'm thinking we have to use a boat. Otherwise, why couldn't we just jump in the water and go?
Wait, do I need it? I can breathe water, right?
You see like the tunnel, let me say the tunnel is like a 3-foot like tube, like a circle. The water's only like halfway filling it up, if that makes sense. Like the water that's floating through the air is like a semicircle. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought we had to hold our breath the entire way.
No, like if you look at the stream right now, like my hands are the tunnel. The water is like halfway filling it, like it's circular and then cuts off halfway, so it's like just halfway filling it up and floating through the air in like a half moon type of a shape.
Well, these fish are pretty dumb, but they seem content, not afraid. So I don't think we should have a problem with going through at least one.
Grack speaks up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm down for a water trip," and he pulls one of the boats over and he's like, "I'm taking a boat though. I don't want to get wet."
Yeah, I have a few questions about this place. Something doesn't sit right with me. The fact that why are there fish in here if this is an artificially, probably magic made circular system? Like, why are they here? Where's their food chain? What's their ecosystem? How are they still alive? How is the water clean? And then you go to the next question is why are there boats if there's so much airspace that we could just swim with our like legs and just naturally go across? So I'm getting some weird vibes. So that's just me. No, we could just go. We could just go.
Go try to swim through it. See what happens.
I'm not gonna swim through it.
I
I mean, you want to?
mean, you're questioning whether there's fish here. We just fought a giant crab. I mean, that just was there for some reason.
It was just there.
Hey, Lil Dog, welcome to the stream. Lil Dog says, "Push someone in."
I'm gonna go with my fish brethren, and I'm gonna take a boat and hop in.
It's a 2-seater boat, right?
They are 2-seater boats, yeah.
I'll go with you.
Perfect.
All right, so you guys pull a boat up, and like I said, this stream is kind of like floating 3 or 4 feet up in the air, just floating through the room. And how are you guys going to do this? You try to set the boat on the stream.
Is the current?
It seems to be going pretty quickly. It's not like a flowing like river speed, but it's like it's getting along pretty quick.
Now, at the cave wall where the water goes back in, we could probably steady ourselves to get in the boat.
Hold it, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Wall.
So you guys want to walk over to the wall and kind of like hold yourself against it while you set the boat in the water?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So just the two of you guys doing this. Both of you make. I guess this will be like a nature check to see if you guys can like kind of get it together enough to like know how to handle a kayak. Like it's not going to be difficult, but if you just have absolutely never done anything like this before, it's a little bit jarring when you try to set this boat in this moving water, and it's floating in the air too, so it's kind of outside of everyone's comfort zone a little bit. So both you
I'm
guys
praying to Whelm's God right now. My nature's not the greatest. Oh my gosh.
Well, everybody, Clack rolled a 0.
Oh,
It's because my nature's -1.
You
was mine too.
So Brack gets this idea to like go and steady yourselves and like put the boat in the water, and for some reason you just like have this massive like brain fart, Clack, and you're like you totally forget like what this boat even is, and you don't understand at all, and you're like the opposite of helping, and Brack luckily kind of like sets the boat in the water and is like steadying himself against the wall and holding the boat still, and it gives you enough time to like climb aboard the boat and sit there while he is holding the boat still against the wall.
I'm just like this, huh? Like this?
And
that was real clumsy.
once you get into the boat, you can feel that the current's like it's pretty strong. As soon as Brack lets go of the boat, you'll zip along. You'll go right into the tunnel. So how you guys want to solve this next part of getting Brack into the boat?
Well, can he push on the wall before we go in while I get into the boat?
Sure. So now Clack is like sitting in the boat on the stream. You can like hold your arms out and like make sure you don't get pushed into this tunnel. So you can just like push yourself up against the wall. And seeing you guys do this, Grack comes over and he's like, "All right, don't worry, I got this, buddies." And while you're holding yourself steady against the wall, he like holds onto the boat for you and gives you a boost into it.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Grack.
And Grack,
I would have never thought of it myself.
Grack says, hey, don't let go yet. Just hang out." And Grack turns to Flack and he's like, how are we doing this?
We just jump in. Let's go.
Grack's like, we had the same idea. Let's do it.
That's why we're brothers.
By marriage.
All
Dad,
right.
you just can't tell us apart.
So Brack and Clack, you guys are in the boat at the front of the river here. You guys going for it? So you guys let go and the current starts to take you through the water, and you get rushed into this dark tunnel, and the water's kind of like whipping up at you, and it feels like really warm. It's like warm, soothing, kind of nice, like hot tub feeling water.
The fish are peeing in here.
And as soon as your boat gets like sucked into the tunnel, Grack just like cannonballs himself sideways and like lands on his back in the water, and it zips him right up behind you like super quick, and he's kind of thrashing around a little bit. He can't swim very well, and he's like kind of like getting jostled in this tunnel. But he quickly like grabs onto the back of your boat, and he's kind of like just trailing behind you guys, like floating along backside of you. Flack, Flack, did you jump in as well?
No, definitely not jumping in the water. I meant like in the boat. So if he's just gonna ditch me like that, I was gonna ride with him. So it's gonna be nice. So I'll try and use my tempestuous magic in this room and see if it works. I could just float just above the water level and see if I can just make a cool layer of ice that will break just from the current.
Yeah, that's fine. you kind of like float up on top of this river of floating water, and you fire one of your ice things, and you can either like try to like kind of float yourself through with your magic, or you can like land on this ice plank that you've made and kind of fashion yourself a
I
little
want to
boat.
do like a combination where like I like shoot the ground and then like I step and then I activate my tempestuous magic for like a double jump leap, and then I shoot my magic and then like land with one foot on the other foot, and then like continue with just pretty much like super jumps, but with one step of ice on the ground.
What do you mean? Like the tunnel
Like
is like
I
3
shoot the
feet
water.
wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you're in it, you're not jumping anywhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm pretty short, but I guess I'm not. Okay. Well then I guess yeah, I just like slide almost, but not really, just hover.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You kind of hover and slowly make your way through behind the crew, and you can see them just maybe 10 or 20 feet in front of you, and they're swishing along, and it's kind of like a log ride at a theme park. They're getting pushed along in this river and float along, and you can see the cave fish swimming alongside you as well, and Clack, you can feel their thoughts, like this giant boat and these giant bodies going through this tunnel. They're really confused, like what the hell are these giant creatures in our tunnel here? But they just keep swimming by and doing laps around you guys, and the river snakes around, and you eventually see this light coming at the end of the tunnel, and you see another room ahead of you about 10 or 20 feet. Anything you guys want to do?
We hit the room. I'm gonna try to tip the kayak out of the water somehow to take it with me.
Is it similar to the last one?
You can't
Right.
tell yet. You're still about 15 feet away from the room, but looking into it from your approach, it looks to be the same like stone type of a room.
Well, since we're in a kayak, we'll float, I guess. We might end up.
I just want.
Yeah,
I thought we would want to. I thought we could get out of the water, but you
Well,
just
we
want
don't
to
know
put
if it's like a drop or anything. Well, if it's
okay.
a drop, I can slow her fall actually, so we'll be okay.
All right, so you guys are just gonna try to go into the room and see what happens.
Yeah, if it doesn't look like it's bottomless, we'll tip ourselves out.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me get the next room pulled up on the old page here. There we go. Okay, so you come out this hole in the tunnel, and as soon as you do, you kind of feel the water current start to slow here, like there's something impeding it, and you all get backed up. Like Grax slams into the back of the boat, and Flack, you are hovering along, and you kind of get clogged up in the tunnel, and you get right alongside them, and all 4 of you come out the tunnel door like one after the other. And as soon as all 4 of you are out in this room, you see the room gets super light, and a net goes over all 4 of you, and this net drags you and pulls you out of the stream, and the kayak tips over and water splashes everywhere, and these 8 thugs and their nets and swords try to start beating on you, and there's one large knight on the other side of the room who seems to be commanding them, and he says, destroy the intruders and roll initiative.
Intruder, I just fish.
We're gonna go over to the battle map here, if I can get it pulled up. There we go. Let me see. Get everybody set up here while you guys roll your initiatives. So on either side of the river, there was 4 of these thugs on each side, And while you guys are dragged out by the net, the four on the opposite side of the river like jump over, and they all start like beating you guys down. And 1 second here. There we go.
It's a big boy.
Take me 1 second to get this set up. I have no idea what level of an encounter this is. I hope you don't die.
Oh,
Just fireball the whole squad. We'll be
Let's
okay.
kill everybody. Got it.
And let's see. There's one big boss knight in the corner that's kind of commanding these guys. He'll be over here.
Hey, it's Dave again.
Yeah, he's the best knight artwork that I have. All right, so let me get my pen and paper. Everybody roll initiative. We got a 5 for Brack, it looks like.
yeah.
Flack with a 10. Clack with a 17. And Grack is going to have a 17 as well. Oh, actually, hang on. What's his dex? 2. So he's got a 19. And let's see. The boss guy. And, okay. All right, so up first, you all get pulled out of the floating river with this this big net that comes over all of you, and you're all knocked prone, and you're like scrambling on the ground and kind of like trying to gather what's going on all at the same time. These guys are trying to like beat on you and hit you and cover you with this net. And you're all laying on the ground, and Grack like quickly, like he was like hanging onto the back of the boat, so he was already kind of closest to the ground, so he lands on the ground under this net and like springs up, and he picks himself up from being prone, and he was this one, correct? The
Yeah, he was
bottom
missing
left.
red.
Yeah, he's a big one.
Okay, so he picks himself up, and remember to pick yourself up from being prone. It costs half of your movement. He picks himself up, and he sees the net covering all of you guys, and he tries to hack at it with his sword. And he fails. And trying to clear this net off of you guys, he kind of panics a little bit. He can't get through the net. He can't cut it, and he just like takes a big swing at the closest guy to him. So he swings at the guy on his left, tries to hit him with the greatsword. And that is a, let's see, 21. So that's going to be a hit. Does 8 damage to that guy on the left. And he says, get up, guys, get up. And it's going to be the 2 gentlemen on the right of you are both going to try to smash their short swords into each one of you on the right there. So, who first? Brack, you're on the top right, correct?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Natural 1 doesn't hit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
21 to hit.
21 does hit.
Okay. and they smash into you, and they all have advantage over you because you're all knocked prone. But he hits and he does 4 damage to you.
Okay.
The next one on the bottom right will try to take a same type of thing. He's trying to smash and kill Flack there, so he's going to take a swing. How's 16 to hit?
Oh, that hits.
Okay. 8 damage.
Yow!
He will swing again. 13.
I'm 12.
Okay.
That sucks.
4 damage.
Why you gotta hit me twice, man?
he looks down and he's like, the boss told me, man. I'm sorry. It's my job.
He's actually like, he feels for you.
I get you, man. I
Like
get
work in life, right?
you. Man, works hard these days with the Lich.
It's rough times out there. You gotta get paid. And after that, it is Clack's turn.
Well, I have to take off the net, right?
You are currently
Take off the
knocked prone underneath a net. Yes.
Can I slash at the net? How does that work?
Yeah. Right now you're prone, so any attack you make will be at disadvantage unless you like stand yourself up. Which all that does is cost half of your movement. You don't have to use any of your actions or anything to do that.
Okay, I'll stand.
Okay, so you have 15 feet of movement left, or whatever is half. And yeah, you can make a strength check to see if you can like either destroy or pull the net off of you. You appear to just kind of fumble with it, and while you're trying to pull it off, these thug guys are like keep pulling it back down onto you.
Stop it, you jerks. I guess I'll just go ahead and attack the guy directly in front of me.
Okay, so through the net, you kind of like try to pierce him with your katana through one of the like net holes.
Oh, no. I use wave.
Oh, there you go. Let's see here. Man, why did I give you guys these
everything?
overpowered ass weapons?
I attacked everything.
Very nice. So 16. Yes, that's gonna hit. 12 damage. Holy crap!
Is that the damage?
Oh, did you roll to hit again? Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't work like that if you add the weapon.
Just click on the word underneath the.
Yeah, I'm trying, but it doesn't seem like that works if it's added for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know, man.
Let me see. I gotta see what it actually is.
The damage should be whatever a trident is. I don't know for sure. It's probably 1d8, I would guess, or 1d10.
It's 1d6 plus 4, and then it has a piercing, which I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. No worries. Pull up some stuff on my end while you're looking it up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Wave 5e. Let me see.
All right, 1d6 and plus 4 plus the 1d8. That's what I have anyway.
Let's see. So it's a trident. So it's going to do whatever a trident, like just a regular trident damage is, plus 3. So it's because it's a plus 3 weapon, and then plus whatever your bonuses are. So let me see. Trident 5e. Trident does 1d6 piercing, so it's going to do 1d6 plus 3 plus your bonuses, which would be Dex or Strength, whichever one you use, plus your proficiency modifier. So roll a d6 and then add your proficiency, which is going to be what, plus 3? So 3 plus 3, so 6 plus your Dex modifier.
So 2 plus 3 plus another 3?
Yep.
Plus 4.
Okay, so it's going to be 12 damage total.
Cool.
So just remember, anytime you roll damage with wave, it's a d6 plus 10.
Okay, I'll just try to make that work in that thing.
That's insane. You get a plus 10 to damage with that thing. All right, so you get you stab this guy in front of you for 12 damage, and he starts to like bleed out, and he's like, "Boss, they're fighting back. What's going on?" And he does not look happy.
What do we do?
The boss is like, "There's 8 of you and 4 of them. This should not be difficult. Come on, finish the job, men." And the ones to the bottom both feel inspired by this word from their boss, who's like in this really badass like knight armor, and they both take a swing. One of them will swing at Grack twice, missing both times. One of them will swing at Flack, and man, a 6 and an 11. So those both miss you. I'm assuming they're Flack.
Yep.
Okay, they're both hacking at you guys through the nets here, and they're both not connecting. And the boss is like, "Oh my god, are you guys kidding me?" And he starts to move forward towards you guys a little bit, and he's like lurching forward a little bit, kind of surveying the situation, like sizing you guys up and seeing like what came through the water tunnel as he's walking towards you. And then it is, Flack, your turn.
All right. So I'm under the net, so I'm gonna use my movement to like get up because I was prone, right?
Yep.
And when they say that there's like 8 of them and only 4 of us, I say, "Not for long. That's what you
God.
thought." And then I use my mirror image
Oh,
and I
okay.
activate that. So I need 3 duplicates. So there's gonna be 7 goblins to deal with.
So you create 3 clones of yourself?
Yeah, I don't know how this works though. Because like, are we all like crammed under
I'm
the
assuming
net?
since like it probably says that they go into like whatever spaces are nearby you, and those spaces are
like,
filled
yeah,
up. And
yeah, we pretty much go wherever we're nearby.
usually in D&D,
yeah.
when there's a space that's already occupied, they just go into like the next nearest space. So they'll just
that
be
makes a
like
lot of sense.
right here.
But then, how does it work with like me switching places with them, or how the like?
Can you link mirror image in the in Roll20 for me?
Yeah.
I'll read it really quick. Can you switch places with your copies?
No, but it's just like they hit a duplicate if they're trying to hit you instead. So,
Right.
I guess if they're like in range of hitting me, it's just like, I guess it gets weird if they can hit me but not like a duplicate or vice versa. But I guess we'll get into that if that happens.
Okay, yeah. I know how mirror image works. Like if they target you, you can like deflect it onto one of the copies. So this technically would be weird. Like they know that you're the one that's under the net.
Yeah, like I'm the only one under the net, and they're like, "Oh, it's this one next to me that just appeared."
We'll say that as soon as you clear out like enough space to like get a clear path, then you'll like jumble yourself up with the duplicates, and then they won't know which one is you after that. But right now, like for sure, they still know.
Yeah, you're still in the net, technically.
they see like 3 more of you pop out, and they all get like really freaked out, and they're like, "Oh God!" They're like, "There's more coming," and they were all focused on like trying to beat you guys down, and these 3 identical like goblin sorcerers pop out of nowhere, so they think like more of you guys just came through the tunnel, and the boss yells like, "Man the tunnel, make sure no more get through," and the one underneath of you actually like splits off, and he like heads down this way to like look at the tunnel or whatever.
Yeah, like will they like attack them instead of me just because they like think they're real, or like
You're not
will they
sure
still
yet,
just
but
attack me?
they definitely might.
All right, cool. That's my
Next.
turn.
Cool. Next up, the let's see, the ones on top see all this go down, and they start swinging. Let's see, Clack, a 17 to hit.
So cheesy. I have 16.
Okay. All right, so he only hits once, and he does 4 damage.
Okay.
The one next to you swings at Mr. Brack there with 4 and 17 to hit.
Miss. Gonna have a 20.
Very nice. Yeah, it clangs off your armor, and these guys are like thugs. They're wearing like crappy leather armor and short swords, and they're just trying to like beat you guys down before you can get up and fight back, and they are obviously failing at that. And that one just totally misses off of your superior armor, and the boss finally like he's like, "All right, step aside, grunt," and this one kind of like runs back a few feet, and the boss swoops in and starts to join the fray here to try to finish you guys off before anything goes down. So the knight will pull out this giant greatsword and try to attack Clack with it. Let's see. He attacks twice as well. 17. So you have 17 to hit?
16.
16, okay. This one, let's see, 2d6. 7 damage from the knight. And he points towards the group of thugs that haven't taken their turns yet on the left side, I believe. Those ones haven't gone yet. And he points towards them and he says, "Make it count, men. We don't have much time." And they all look really inspired. And the ones to the left begin to attack. First one, Clack as well, with advantage.
I get just curious. Am I at the bottom of the list?
You rolled a 5 with your initiative, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
you are dead last. You're after these guys. Haven't skipped you yet. So this guy hits you once, and that hits Clack. 10 damage. And the bottom one attacks Grack with advantage twice. That's a 22 and a 6. Okay, so they hit Grack for 4 damage. And now it is finally Brack's turn. You are trapped under this net, prone on the ground. All these guys are beating on all of you, and you finally gather your strength and get your wits about you. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Lil Dog, Firestar, thanks for hanging out, guys. What would you like to do, Brack?
I am going to stand up
Sure.
and slam Whelm to the ground, causing a shockwave.
Oh, I forgot you could do that. Very nice. What's it do?
Each creature of my choice within 60 feet. So
Oh my God.
all of my enemies
Jesus.
All right.
must succeed in a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be stunned for 1 minute.
Okay. Hang
That's
on.
so long.
Con save, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad, I guess, for me. So only the enemies, correct? Any creatures of your choice, it says?
Yes.
All right, DC 15 con save. So rolling for the boss. 22.
Oh.
Rolling for the guy above the boss. 13. He fails. Guy to the right of the boss. 2. He fails. Guy to the right of Brack. 8. He fails. Guy below that, 20. The 2 guys below Grack, 18 and 12. So the very bottom guy fails. Guy to the left of Grack, 10 fails. And guy to the left of Clack, 8 fails. So I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 failures. So let me see if I can do something to these guys here. What does stunned do?
Uh,
Can't remember which one it was now.
stun. Conditions. Stun. Let's see.
I think it's really bad. I think they cannot do anything, and
Yeah, a
stuff
stunned
has
creature-
advantage against them.
Yeah. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, only falteringly. And attack creatures against have advantage.
Dang. All right. So
Now, they automatically fail strength and dexterity saving
dang,
throws.
that's brutal. All right. So Whelm slams into the ground, and Thor's might essentially comes out of it and just sends this rippling shockwave into everybody. The boss guy kind of shakes it off and sturdies his men, but a lot of them get taken down by it. They go into this paralysis, and they're no longer able to hold this net down over you guys. And Grack just easily rips it off and throws it, and it lands in the river and washes away.
It's clobbering time, boys.
Any other actions there from you, Breck?
No, that was it.
Okay, it's back to the top of the order, which is Grack again. So now Grack is he's fully unleashed, and he's got some paralyzed guys in front of him. So he's going to take a big swing at the guy on his left on the screen there, who is stunned. So he has advantage, and he's going to take a big old greatsword swing at that guy. That's a... Oh, let me see here. Whew. 24. And a nat 20. Okay, this guy is going to be super dead here. Hang on. So that's 2 hits. So the first hit is 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. The second hit is 1, 2, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so 24 damage to this guy on the left. The bottom left guy falls into this paralysis from the lightning, and then Grack just cleaves him in half with the sword, and he's done. And it's over to the gentleman on the right, who one is now paralyzed, and this one is feeling really confused. He just saw you kind of paralyzed his whole crew, and the might of the gods flew out of you. So he kind of attempts to run away this way and come attack one of these mirror images, and you actually are going to get an opportunity attack from that, Brack.
Okay. I'll swing with my war. 25.
You hit, definitely. 12 damage?
Yep, just 12.
Okay, yeah. You he starts to run away, and you cleave him in the side of the kneecap as he goes, and you cave in the side of his leg, and he gets crippled over, and he instantly regrets doing that, and then he tries to take a quick short sword slash at one of these mirror images. So what happens when someone attacks one of them?
So their AC adds up to 10. I mean 12 right now, so it's 10 plus my dex mod.
Oh, okay, so they have a 12 AC?
Yeah, and they die in 1 hit from an attack, but they don't take damage from any other source.
Okay, cool. 14, so he takes this one down.
It does.
And his sword passes right through it, and then he like freaks out. And he's like, "Boss, they're illusions." And the boss is like, "Yeah, I figured that out by now, idiot."
We're all illusions.
Ooh.
We're gonna die to illusions. Think about that.
So he goes. The other guy is paralyzed, and it's next up is Clack. All you, my man.
How long does the stun last? Is it just on the next turn?
For a minute.
A minute, so pretty much the entire encounter.
They do get a saving throw on their turn.
Okay. I have not been doing that. So the guy that just went, the one that was paralyzed, he rolled a 4. Okay, I'm assuming that didn't
Still
save.
paralyzed.
Yeah. What's this? The save DC? 14 was it?
15.
15. Okay, dang, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, they're all still paralyzed for now, Clack. So it's still you.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack the knight with wave.
Okay, go for it. Hey, Random British Dude, welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for coming by. Thanks for streaming earlier. I had fun watching you.
Do I have advantage? Please don't have advantage.
You do not. But, dude, a freaking 30. That's insane. 19, even without advantage, though. So you definitely hit this guy, and you discover that his AC is 18. So you barely cleared his AC. He's got really high quality, like, plate, armor, and a shield.
All right, I'm taking an extra attack as well.
Sure.
Well, that's
Hit him again. Very nice.
And I'm gonna burn a key point to hit him with flurry of blows.
Which is 2 unarmed strikes, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, go for it. 24 and an 8. So you hit twice with wave and once with the monk punch.
Let's see if this works this time.
So roll up the old damage.
That didn't work again. I'll just roll it.
Okay.
That's the first one.
Well, yes,
right.
yes.
Second one.
Okay, so you're at 31 damage so far. Good lord.
And
then your punch.
Unarmed. Why is none of this working? It's weird.
Click on the monk unarmed strike. You know what I mean? In the chat there.
Oh, that's what I was doing wrong.
Same for the weapon. Yeah.
Click on the words. There you go. So 6 more. So 37 damage total. You quickly like double shank him with wave and then hit him with like a kidney shot, and he is immediately like doubled over, coughing up blood, and like looks completely shocked that you 4 like random goblins that popped out of this like sewer tunnel are just destroying his crew here, and he's like doubled over in pain, and you seem to have done a substantial amount of damage to him.
I'm going to channel Daryl for a second. Is this your king?
The remaining 3 guys that are not paralyzed look at you as you say that, and they look very terrified.
Did I do it good, Daryl? I look to the sky and point up.
Who is next? The guy on the bottom will attack. He's going to move over 1 square and try to attack Flack or one of you. You've now have all swirled around enough that he's not sure which one is the real one, so he'll just take a swing at the first mirror goblin that he sees.
When a creature tries to make an attack, I get to roll whether he instead targets my duplicate. So I think in this instance, that's where this would apply, right?
Yes.
Okay, so since one of them is dead, I have to roll an 8 or higher instead of a 6 or higher.
You got it. Go for it.
Here we go. 20!
Nat 20. So he just slams the short sword into the first one he sees, takes an attack, and he rolled an 18. So I'm assuming that one hits, and he just cleaves through another copy, and it vanishes. And now these 2 guys who have attacked the mirror images are really starting to get worried, and they look at each other like, we can't even hit these guys. What is going on? And they start to get scared.
Funny how I'm still the tank.
The one on the bottom, very bottom, makes a saving throw to try to unstun himself. 8. Man, that's
That's OP, dude.
that proved to be a very good ability. I like it. That's awesome. Next up will be Flack.
All right, so my first spell was to clone myself so I wouldn't die. 2 of them are already dead. Now I'm gonna cast False Life,
Okay.
and my clone will obviously cast it too, but it's not cloning like the spell. Obviously, I can't create magic with an illusion.
It just looks like he's doing
It
it
just
too.
looks like he's doing the exact same thing.
Sure.
But I'm casting it at a level 3 instead of level 1.
Okay.
So if you cast it at a second level or higher, you gain 5 additional temporary hit points for each slot above the first.
So 10
I will
additional.
gain 10 plus 4 plus a 1d4.
Okay.
So here we go.
So you get an additional 16 temporary
Hit points.
Very
lasts
nice.
for an hour. There we go. And then next turn, I get to cast Mage Armor.
You're just buffing yourself up.
I'm literally the tank. Like I'm just taking every hit this fight. I didn't do it early. So yeah, that's my turn.
Very nice. So
Just say.
next up is going to be the groups of dudes here on the left and top who are all paralyzed. So 2 of them will make saving throws. 14 and 19. All right, the very top guy, I believe, is now unstunned. But that's his turn. And then this guy on the very top, he will make an attack against Brack, who just stunned his whole team here. 15.
Got to hit a 20.
All right, he misses.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, he's got 2 attacks. I apologize. And that's a 1. Okay, he misses again.
And now he looks silly.
the let's see who's next. 9-9. That's the boss. The boss sees that what just happened, and he's going to make a great sword attack against Brack. Make another one. Oh my gosh, I am rolling garbage today, you guys. A 6 and a 3, so nothing there. And
I feel invincible!
he kind of raises his arms and bangs his sword against the shield and yells at all of his men again to like get their stuff together, and they all look a little bit more buffed up. But then it's over to... I haven't skipped anybody, have I?
No, you're good. Yeah.
It's over to Brack now.
I am going to attack the guy that just tried to attack me.
The boss knight guy?
Yeah.
You got it.
22.
That's a hit. You need an 18.
8 damage.
All right. He's looking pretty bad. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Back to the top of the order there. It's Grack. Grack finished off one of the paralyzed guys this time, and he sees this other guy who is moving around trying to attack his friend there, and he'll take a great sword attack at the very bottom guy who's not paralyzed. Nat 20 again. Another crit from Mr. Grack.
Save me, Grack.
15 damage there, and he gets another swing. That's 18 to hit, so he hits again. So 26 total, and he cleaves this guy's head off. And then Grack will make his movement, and he's going to swing around up this way. And he won't take any opportunity attacks because this dude is paralyzed, and he's going to go get in position to start trying to take down this knight with you guys. And it's over to, let's see, this dude on the right. He comes down and tries to attack Flack again. So if you want to, I guess he's like already trying to attack this one. I don't know if you want to roll to make it hit your double. It's going to hit your double already, right?
Well, like, is he going for the double, or is he like not sure?
He's just going to attack the one that's like standing right there, whichever one that is.
So if he's going for the double, then he's just gonna go for like the armor class, right? He's just gonna
Yeah.
try and hit.
Okay. And he rolls a 7. Damn it! Wait, what's its AC?
If it's 12 AC, it's the same as mine right now.
So he can't even hit an illusion. This guy is such
It's like
garbage.
blocking it. No.
They're out here struggling, man.
The guy
Like he blocks it with his hand, like the sword does like nothing. It just like
No.
Yeah, that's awesome. The guy right next to him tries to break out of the stun, and he does not. Good lord, these dice.
What was broken, dude?
Yeah. Next up, that's 18, 17. Clack.
I'm gonna switch over to my katana because I don't think wave counts as a kensei weapon. Not yet.
It does for you,
Okay, cool. Well,
but you
let's
can
go.
you can use whichever one you want.
I'm gonna go for the same whole spiel, but this time I'm gonna burn 2 kensei points to use agile parry after I'm making an arm strike.
Okay,
If that makes any sense.
What does that do?
This gives me +2 AC. Till my next.
Okay,
turn.
so you're gonna like multi-attack, unarmed strike, and then you're gonna get like defensive.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, roll your attacks.
Ouch.
Then burn the key.
Cool. So one hit with wave hits, and then your hit with the unarmed strike hits as well.
Just trying to make sure that's right.
$24 total.
Yep.
So you like do another flurry of blows and stabs with your trident and a punch, and you stick this trident into the night, and wave like screams like out loud into the room, like the power of Poseidon compels you, and this water like erupts out of all of this guy's like eye and ear holes and everything, and he like explodes into the room.
holy
That
shit.
Cool.
was disgusting.
His minions are now absolutely terrified, and they're like shaking in their boots.
I think I killed your king, guys.
One
I
of
think
them
you guys should start running.
One of them does start running and runs and attempts to jump into the river of water and just like flies through the tunnel and disappears.
Now, how much sense did that make if I just blew him up in a bunch of water?
He's
I
out
mean,
of here.
good luck getting past that fog wall, idiot.
Next up, or do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Next up, I believe the boss would have gone. Now it's Brack.
Don't I get to go?
Oh no, Flack, you did you not go?
Not this turn. If you said like it was like 18 and then.
Oh yeah,
we
so
went
Clack
down.
is 17, you're 10. I forgot. Yep.
Yeah, I'm 10.
Thank you for not letting me skip you. Your turn.
Okay, so for my third spell, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
So my AC becomes 13 plus my Dex mod. So
Okay, and your mirror images are also the same AC as you, right?
no, that's not. Sadly, that's not like the wording. It's 10 plus my Dex
Okay,
modifier.
so
So,
they
that's
don't-
basically how I go off of. But when I use Mage Armor, I go off of a different stat.
Okay, cool. So now
Yeah.
your AC is 15.
Yes, I gain 25%.
Very
Feels
nice.
good.
Very nice. All right.
It lasts for 8 hours. So for basically the rest of the dungeon.
Cool. Anything else from you?
That's the whole action. That's my turn.
All right.
Spent the entire fight buffing himself.
I spent the whole fight taking more hits than anybody else is what I did.
All right.
Sure,
now,
yeah, you're right.
Now I also almost skipped these guys as well. So there we'll try to make their saves. 17. So this guy is finally not stunned anymore. He spins
Is that
back
what?
around.
Huh? Where's the boss?
This guy as well. Yeah, it's an 8. He's still just like taking a nap or something. And now it's over to Brack.
I'm going to swing at the guy in front of me.
Okay.
and overwhelm him with my wand.
Or not. Look how much bonus it has, though.
I know, it's so insane.
He rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you did miss with that one. Yeah, it's underwhelming.
I'm just merely whelmed. I'm sorry.
Just whelmed. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, it's back to the top of the order there with Mr. Grack. He came all the way up here to kill the boss, and the boss exploded in front of him, so he'll try to just settle for killing this helpless, paralyzed guy. Let's see.
Are you helping them?
Advantage. Helping them? What do you mean?
He was like protecting me, and then he just like ran over to kill the boss, but it was death, and I was like killing the 2 guys on a 2v2, and I'm fighting 3 guys.
I assume he thinks you're doing fine.
Because of my clone.
He missed every single one of his 2 attacks with advantage.
Wow.
Grack is over there, like swinging into the dirt. He couldn't hit a paralyzed guy.
What's up?
It's like, stop jittering!
So now the guys on the right will try to attack, and this one is like not having any more of this like fighting with illusions, so he runs back over and tries to hit Brack. And he rolls a 21.
That hits.
All right. And he hits you for 10 damage. And he attacks again, and that's just a 13. And this guy tries to wake up, and that's 19. So he is no longer stunned. And it's over to Clack.
I'll go and fight the guy below.
The one on the very bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. You run down here.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Oh, actually, as you leave this guy on the top right's influence, he's gonna make an opportunity attack against you.
Jerk face.
Almost got away with that one. But
I'm remembering stuff, DM.
he rolled a 2, so you're good.
Alright, I like lost my character sheet.
Uh-oh.
It's gone.
Did you delete it?
Did I?
No. Clack, you're still there.
I'm clicking the wrong one. I'm an idiot. Don't worry. Unwise monk, man.
That's all right. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I guess only 1 hits.
Yes, sir. 14 damage. All right, you stab into this guy, and he takes a big hit, and he looks pretty rough off.
Oh, wait, did that guy hit me, by the way? I wasn't listening. I was freaking out.
Oh no, he rolled a 2, so you're good.
Okay, cool.
Anything
My
else?
AC is back to normal as well.
Ah, okay. Anything else from you there?
I'll be on.
Okay. Next up after Clack is Flack. Back to you, Mr. Mage Armor.
All right, now I got my mage armor. I got my false life. Got my clone. Now I'm ready to attack. All right. Maybe this is my secret to being able to finally stick the landing with my goddamn firebolts. So I channel my inner divine sorcery point energy, and I use it, and I concentrate it on my firebolt to split the magic. And in my mind, this would look really cool in this battlefield because my clone would also cast this, and then it would also split, but only one of them would do damage, and he wouldn't know. He's just like, "What's happening? I'm getting about bolts of fire." So I'm going to attempt to hit the guy directly next to me, and then the guy directly next to him with a split shot.
Sure. So these 2 arcs from both sides come and try to hit both of them. The one directly next to you, so the one that missed, you have advantage on because you're like flanking him with your clone there. So go ahead and roll that one again. Oh, actually, it automatically rolls advantage. I forgot about that. So you hit the top guy.
All right.
So go ahead and roll damage there.
Let's see, we got here 2d10. Ooh, that's the big number.
You the double arcing firebolts slam into these guys, and they get super freaked out, but then they kind of like realize like they're okay. But the one on top that you did hit, he's looking pretty weak now.
I got a light show for you.
Anything else from you?
No, now I will take this opportunity to use my tempestuous magic to fly. And I don't know if the net's still on me, but I'm taking it up with me.
No, it's all gone.
Okay.
Also,
wow.
I need to clarify this. I know that I've been letting you do this with the tempestuous magic, but like you can't just fly 10 feet up in the air and like hover there. It's like a gust of wind that like takes you 10 feet somewhere, so you can use it to like move yourself 10 feet. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
More of like an action than like a passive. I feel.
Yeah, well, it is a bonus action. Like you have to use it, and then you immediately like a gust of wind picks you up, and you can fly 10 feet away with it. So you can't just like fly 10 feet up in the air and then stay there because it's not.
Yeah, I didn't realize it makes it so I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
I thought like, it only meant like straight up, but like
No,
could
it's
that
like
like be a diagonal up?
it's
too?
like a movement. It's not up at all. It's like it's essentially like you.
Yeah, see, the wording that got me was like it says doing so allows you to fly up to 10 feet. So I'm like fly up to 10 feet.
Right.
But
Yeah. It just means like up to 10 feet away. Like you can.
So I can fly anywhere up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. Okay,
Correct.
so yeah, definitely, that's cool as hell. Okay, yeah. So then I'll just I'll shift backwards. You know, like left one and then up one.
Okay.
And then I don't know what my clone will do, but he'll probably move a little bit closer. Maybe at least just left.
Maybe he goes like right there or something.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that'll be my turn.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks for telling me about that, by the way.
Yeah, I totally just forgot about it until right now, but I was looking at that earlier because I was building a storm sorcerer in my free time just for fun, and I was looking at that. It's a really cool class, by the way.
Yeah, it's really like versatile.
Let's see. So the next up is this guy who is still stunned. He's gonna try to break out of that. Rolls a 1. Oh my gosh, I've rolled like 10 ones today. And the guy on top. He what?
He's not actually stunned. He's just pretending because everyone's dying.
Yeah, he's like laying there with one eye open, like closing it anytime someone looks at him.
We like see him close it every time.
The guy on top will.
Greg knows this is why he missed. He knows he's hiding, so he's like, I'm just gonna spare him for now.
The guy on top takes a swing, takes another swing. 2 6s, man, both misses. And then it is over to Breck.
Do it to him, Breck.
Okay. Let's see. Try to attack the one in front of you.
Sure, go for it. Oh yeah.
11.
All right, you smash into him and you just like cave his head in. He's toast. He's done.
No ceremony, no nothing. Just smash it.
Good old whelming hit. All right, back to the top again, and that's Grack. He's gonna try to finish this guy off with his advantage here. It's 2 hits, so I imagine this guy is gonna be dead. 15 and 12. So yep, Grack like just sees this guy laying here. He finally like stops messing around and just stabs down into him, takes him out. He's done. And then Grack will move down here. Over to This bottom guy, I believe. He will take a swing at you, Clack. 21 to hit.
Ow.
And 16 to hit.
That's 16 AC.
Okay, so he hits with both. He's going to take 2 chunks at you. One is 5 damage. One is 7 damage.
No need to alarm you guys. I'm pretty bloody here.
It's your turn now, Clack. So he takes a couple swipes at you and connects, and then it's your go.
This time I'm switching the katana to end this guy's life. He's getting on my nerves.
Very nice.
Never.
Oh,
Get the crit with the katana.
that's awesome, though. You said you're going to end his life. He is pretty badly off health-wise, so I'm just going to let you decide how you want to do this.
As I'm bleeding like warriors do, I unsheath my katana and ask him and point it towards him straight into his chest. Do you have any last words? And of course he doesn't, because I don't let him, because I chop off his freaking head before he gets to say anything.
He's like, he opens his mouth and like it's like the classic like Asian martial arts films. Like it looks like you move, and before anyone can even see you move, his head is gone. He's like super speed, chop his head off like samurai style, very badass. And yeah, he's
tore my
toast.
blade and sheathed it again.
And his head flies
turned to
off and
grass.
lands in the water and like floats down the river.
It just like circles every minute or so.
yeah, you can see it just like passing along with the fish.
He still has his mouth open, trying to say
Yeah,
something.
he was about to say his final words. Brutal. Who's next? Back to Flack.
All right, that seemed to do the trick. So let's give it one more shot. I'm gonna do another meta magic twin spell,
Okay,
firebolt, and I'm
Roll.
gonna hit both those big boys.
roll away.
Alrighty, let's see what we got.
Wah, wah.
Oh man.
I mean, it looks cool.
It looks super cool, and they are like really amazed, and that's all.
Oh, that wasn't the secret. The secret is just that I'm shit.
The fire, like, instead of like shooting out, it like trickles out and like plops onto the floor.
Yeah. Well, you should have told me that the secret was that I'm shit. Come on.
These guys will take their turns now. One of them, anyways. The top one is going to swing at Brack again. He misses, and it's over to Brack. Performance anxiety, yeah.
I'm going to
Never like this.
swing on the one to the right of me.
I swear this never happens. Yeah, go for it. Dude, smashing him with Whelm today. Very nice.
10.
10 damage. All right, you smash this guy, and he's toast. Top one dead.
I'm
And I'm
so
gonna-
jealous of the 20 AC, man.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on who was it that said they needed
I'm about to die.
Healing Word?
Clack the
I have
monk.
13
All right,
HP.
4 points back to him.
cool. Take a nice little 4 chunk heal there, Mr. Monk.
Cool.
All right, and it's back to the top of the hour. Grack is going to try to get a little bit of glory here and run over and try to cleave this guy with the great sword. And he hits once, misses. He's going to do 6 damage. This guy's almost finished off, and he'll back away. And he looks over at who is next. It looks like Clack, and he's like, Clack, it's all you, brother.
I think I'm just going to shoot him with the bow. I don't want to get near that guy.
The Galewind longbow, 27. Oh yeah, he's toast. He's dead.
Any idea where I should shoot this, guys?
Me and my clone point at each other.
Graf is like, shoot him in the eyes.
Cool. All right, go ahead. I aim for eye. I aim for the left eye first.
you fire like both of these shots like super like blindingly fast, and you just like pop out both of his eyeballs, and he falls dead.
It's like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Exactly. Cool. You guys completed the Lazy River challenge there.
I go to high five my clone, like, good job. And there's like two voices of me saying that, and as soon as like we clap hands, like the clone disappears.
Very nice. So let's take a quick 5-minute break so I can go and see if I need to feed the dog and hang out for a second and grab some water, and then we'll be right back at 8:20 my time. It's 8:15 right now, so take 5-10 minutes and then we'll reconvene and continue on for the remainder.
Okay.
Alrighty, BRB.
Okay. Is there any bodies to search?
Yeah, we can do all that when we get back. Some treasure and looting, and then continue on.
Okay.
Cool. Be right back, guys.
Hey guys, I got a problem. Jake is upset with me.
You're not using him.
And I'm using Whelm now.
Don't worry. As long as you use him in the final room, then that's what will be remembered, and then Jake will appreciate that. As long as Jake gets the final blow in the final room, then it's all good.
Yeah.
He'll forgive you.
Unless we take a rest, I can't use Whelm with the shockwave again anyway. It's only a once a day thing.
Yeah, but like it's still like pretty good that you're able to like get that up. I feel like that was probably the best time to use it, even if like we might be able to use it later. I feel like right now, if we had one time to use it, would have been the best time. So
well, if I hadn't used it, somebody would have died.
Yeah, someone would have died, or we would have all had to get low. It would have been really like tricky.
What are you talking about?
Talking about weapons and special abilities. I was just saying that like his special ability, like whether we can rest or not, I still think that like the way he used it was like the best case possible scenario. So like I don't mind if like we can't rest, because like we should hopefully be able to like make it through without it. And
it's only that shockwave's only a one hitter quitter.
Yeah, of course, with an ability like that, and
that's
rest.
super broken, dude.
Yeah, but like, I think that was the perfect use. I think like if we're gonna fight the boss, we're gonna need like damage more than like AOE. So I hope at least that we're not gonna get like with like a bunch of little dudes. You know what I mean? Like it's like a few big dudes, because then in that scenario the stun would be less effective, right?
True.
So hopefully we get a scenario like that, and then me and Mr. Samurai here can really shine with our abilities.
How low are you on hit?
Me, I only lost 10, fortunately.
Oh, I lost like I lost like 35 in that fight.
Yeah, so
if you need to rest,
a mass heal, I don't know.
I could do a heal.
Like,
I do
as
have
long as
healing
it doesn't
potions.
overheal me, I think it might be worth it to.
I do have 2 healing potions. It's not like I was in dire need. I still want to get near that guy in case something silly happened.
Yeah, but I think you can use like a healing potion as like a bonus action, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I have no idea.
Like, I don't think it'd be I don't think it'd be a full action to drink a potion, right? Like, I guess we'd have to check on that. But like, I feel like potions, like, yes, you could just chug a bunch now, but maybe you might need at least some for later.
Chug one now, keep one for the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think an AoE heal might be good just because I'm missing some health. But if Brack isn't missing any health, then maybe not.
I feel like Brack didn't get hit at all. I mean,
I don't think he did. I don't remember.
Brack, yeah.
I think he just got like everything missed him because his armor.
So 120 something armor.
Yeah, I could use 10 HP, but I don't like need it. But like, it would make sense to do an AoE heal if everyone was missing some HP and you're missing a lot. But if everyone else is fully healed and it's just me and you a little bit, like me a little bit damage and you damage,
I'm down 15 hit points.
Yeah. So do you want to do that like AoE heal or whatever that you have?
Let's see what it is here. How
That
much?
might make sense here.
All right, I have returned. Hello, everybody.
Hello. We're just talking strats.
Cool. Oh, Papa Howell, thanks for the 5 bits, man. Really appreciate that. And he, Papa Howell cheered 5 bits and said, "Great session tonight, all." So, thank you guys for doing such a good job today.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. Let's see. We probably are not going to finish tonight, so we may have one more session in the White Plume Mountain for next time, but I think that will actually be perfect because we definitely won't have another full 3-hour session next time. I doubt there's that much left of the dungeon. So next time we will finish up White Plume Mountain. It'll probably take you guys maybe the first hour or so, if that. And then we will transition that into resuming the main story of the Elder Council campaign. So we will introduce our new character, which Dr. Feargood has created for the main campaign. So would you like to tell everyone the name of that character?
Oh my goodness. I forgot.
It has been like 5 weeks.
It's been a long time.
I'll get on real quick.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
We can do it next time, but we'll introduce it as he appears to the main storyline, and it'll make sense. But super excited to get back to that. You guys left off the Elder Council campaign, leaving the new little sanctuary island safe haven, headed towards the crystal caves to find one of the legendary artifacts that you can use to defeat the Lich King. So you'll be on the ship headed that way when we return to the main story.
I have it, by the way, if you want me to tell you now.
Yeah.
His name is Chewy. He's a bugbear.
Awesome.
Of course.
A literal bugbear.
So anybody that's not familiar with D&D, a bugbear is kind of a goblinoid type of creature. Very large, orcish, almost like a hairy giant goblin orc type of a guy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And he's a monk, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see how it goes. Yeah, like a giant Chewbacca monk. So
does he carry a crossbow?
I believe I do.
Nice.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a great addition to the party, so I can't wait to get back into that. So you guys cleared out the room of the knight who, when you search his body that exploded, you see his armor sitting there, and you see this identification that says he is the knight Sir Bluto, and they were awaiting here to ambush anyone that came into this room. And he just from, I guess, what you all have heard, Sir Bluto was like a respected knight of the realm, but then he was indicted in a mass murder case called the River of Blood, and the people of the world, that this like post-apocalyptic world that you're living in, all of the survivors that have gathered in Aegis and been saved by the group, Adam Tweed and all of them, they have like heard these rumors of this knight who was traveling around the realm trying to help the survivors, and then one day he cracked and just went on this murdering spree and couldn't take it anymore. A lot of people thought he was under the influence of the Lich's power, but regardless, he disappeared from his like prison that he was being held captive in, one of the like survivor camps, when people were going to try him for this murder, and he disappeared alongside a group of other survivors who took his side. And apparently now he disappeared to White Plume Mountain to try to find a safe haven for himself. And it didn't work out so well. So you find his body and 10,000 gold pieces.
Whoa.
And
10,000.
You find a key that doesn't have any teeth. It's just a key that's like a straight iron bar.
Oh.
And then he was also wearing some magical boots. So whoever wants to pick up the magical boots, go for it. You're not sure what they are.
Let me look at these guys.
Arcana check it.
Yeah.
I'll do a simple Arcana check.
Cool. You can tell that they definitely are magical boots.
Let me see those. You know what you're talking about.
I'm going to help him out. Can he get advantage if I help him?
Sure.
Okay.
14. That's probably good enough. You see that these are like, they're uncommon magical boots, but they're not like something you've never seen before. They're called boots of striding and springing. While you wear these boots, your walking speed, let's see, can never be lower than 30 feet. And isn't reduced if you're wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance.
Gee.
That'd be overkill on me, guys. I kind of get bonuses to movement speed and jumping already.
Anyone that wants them can take them. It's all up to you guys.
I mean, I don't mind taking if no one else.
Actually, I can't move them anyway. So it'll make my unarmored defense go away.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could take him. Nobody else wants him.
Are yours.
Okay.
Cool. So 10,000 gold and a key and some magic boots. And we are back to the main map here. And you guys have made it all the way into the room. And once you've cleared out the room and gained your prizes here, if you can see on the stream there, you see that the 2 tunnels where the water comes in and out of the room are there, but you can also see another door that heads into another corridor, it looks like.
I guess the key's for the door.
Let's take the dry route.
Exactly. There's also a head floating around in that water, so...
That's true. It floats by as you say that. You go up to the door, and it doesn't have a keyhole.
I think we should knock.
As you push on the door, it just swings open and reveals a big, plain tunnel hallway like the ones that you guys have been traveling through so far.
See, knocking always gets us someplace, guys.
Literally didn't last time, but
Yeah.
So you guys traverse this tunnel, and you see that it leads to a locked door with no keyhole or any defining features at all. And as you approach, the iron key that you have with no teeth or anything, just the iron bar, begins to glow.
That's a sign, guys. That's definitely a sign.
Yeah.
smoosh it into the wall.
Smoosh it into the wall. The door.
This door's kind of familiar, by the way, guys. It's kind of warm, too.
So you guys stick the key up to the door, and the door just pushes open the back out into the original hallway that you found it in. It is the same secret door.
Oh, we're back here.
Of course it is.
So
You
you're
know-
telling us.
We gotta wonder how long those guys have been waiting there for like an ambush. Like, you really gotta be ready to like ambush people the moment they pop out of a tube that's going like 20, 30, 40 miles an hour. You mean, like, what if they're sleeping? What if they miss us? That's really some dedication if you think about it.
By the way, I'm also going to cast a spell,
Okay.
and it is Prayer of Healing.
Cool. Yeah. What's it do?
Heals everybody 2d8 plus. Unless I go big, I'm going to go on. I'm going. So this is what it's going to heal.
18.
Yeah.
Very nice. Everybody gets healed for 18 points. That's very good. Grack is very appreciative. He's back up to full health.
Pretty close for me. 10 off anyway.
Grack turns to the group and he's like, "That was fun, guys. That was awesome. Good job."
Yeah, that's pretty fun, you know. That's not too bad. All right, man.
So you're back out in this tunnel, and you can see the way that you came through with the slippery, frictionless room, and the way to the north with the kayaks, and then you can see the way to the south that you have not been yet.
I guess this is literally the only place we haven't been to, guys. So
Let's
onward
turn
and
around.
upward.
Oh, okay.
Upward
Let's
and
go.
onward. No, let's not turn around. Black razors here. Straight edges here. Razor is here. What is it? Black edge?
Black
You
Razor,
said
yeah.
it.
Black razor is here. The edgiest.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, little dog. Have a good one. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, Grack says, yeah, we got to go see what this Black Razor guy wants. Wait, who's that?
God damn it.
So you guys want to forge onward?
Yep. I
Awesome.
walk up to the door and knock.
You knock on the door, and it seems very door-like.
This time I whisper for Black Razor and see if he answers.
He says, "Open the door, fool."
All right, he's definitely in there, guys. Let's go.
You open the door, fool, and you walk out, and let me see if I can pull this up on the screen, because this is going to be hard for me to explain. It's a weird one. You see a room in front of you that, I guess the easiest way, if you look on the stream here, you see how it's kind of divided into these sections. Can you guys see the map okay there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Think of this room as like an upside down pyramid, and each of the rings around the outside of this are a different like walkway, and they're all going down a level until they get to the bottom of the room. Does that make sense?
So we're on the highest level.
Yeah.
You are on the top level. So look on the screen right now. Can you see what that looks like there with the different levels all leading down to the bottom?
Ah, okay.
Cool.
So
It's kind of like an amphitheater.
yes, exactly. And each floor is a different like a different walkway around the edge, and each walkway around the edge of the room has different creatures on each level.
Is that a freaking griffin?
And each level, every other one, so the one you're on right now is like a cement walkway all the way around the room, and then 10 feet down, there's one all the way around the room that's filled with water. And then after that, there's another cement ring all the way around. And then after that, there's another one filled with water. And then there's the floor. So it kind of like varies. Every other one is like totally filled with this pools of water. And you, as you enter the room, you can see all of these various creatures filling the floor and hallways and stuff. And let's see here. You're on level A right now, which goes, they all go all the way around, so you could like walk a whole ring around this room if you wanted to. And let's see. you can see inside B, which is the next level down. It's like a giant pool of water, and then C is cement, D is water, E is cement floor again. Inside B, you can see all these giant, like, crawfish-looking creatures, these gigantic, like, lobster, like, ancient water creatures kind of swimming around, and they're all evenly distributed throughout the level. Like, they're not all just, like, right close to you guys on each level. They're all, like, around the room. So there's 6 of them, and they're kind of, like, spread about, and they seem to not really notice you yet. They're all kind of, each level of monster, all of A, B, C, D, and E, they're all just kind of doing their own thing at their respective places in the room.
Ah, jeez.
This some sort of zoo?
Yeah.
Grack immediately says, "Oh my god, I love zoos, guys."
It's not a petting zoo. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's a regular though, not a petting.
And don't lick them either.
He's like
Or they
really,
might lick you back.
he's really sad about that.
Well, I mean, Wave can definitely control these hermit crabs, or at least I think she can control the hermit crabs. I don't know.
Give him a talk.
Wave, can you control these hermit crabs?
Wave says, "You mean, can Poseidon control these hermit crabs?" And then Wave says, "And the answer is yes."
All right, Poseidon, yeah. Just so silly. Maybe we can get the hermit crabs to do something for.
Wave says, "I think that's a fantastic idea."
Make them commit seppuku right now.
Wave says, "I think I know what you mean by that." And you can see the crawfish all kind of start like fighting with each other, like for dominance. And the 6 of them.
Why don't we have them fight another water level creature?
Can we see what's down there?
Yeah, whatever you guys want to do, you can make a perception check to see any of the levels that you'd like.
I'll do a perception check on like the bottom, the last floor, the
On-
deep.
On E.
Yeah, E boy.
Okay, so you kind of peer over the edge. It looks pretty far down. Each one of these is like another 10-foot drop down, and you can see on the bottom there's 3 giant, like, winged creatures, but their wings look like they've been damaged in some way, and they're like flapping their wings, and they're not, like, nothing's happening. They're just like walking around on the bottom floor.
I'm gonna look at level D.
Okay. Level D, you can see this is another water ring, and you can see like 4 sea lions that are all kind of swimming around in there. Really big, brutish looking sea lions that are all swimming in their own little side of D. And the crawfish are still kind of just like batting at each other and kind of like wrestling back and forth. As you guys stand here, level C, you can see the next solid level after you guys is filled with 6 giant scorpions, and they all seem to kind of be clattering around, and they kind of are getting closer to the side of the room that you're all hanging out on.
Of course they are.
Can I use my animal speaking gift to talk to the scorpions?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I want to talk to the scorpions and say,
Hey, could you guys like let us like just walk on by and like not stab us to death? Because then we won't have to hurt you, and then everybody has a good day.
The like first one that you talk to that's getting the closest stops, and it in this like raspy, like evil bug voice says, "You won't have to hurt us. We would devour you."
So that's how I was gonna. You really gonna? I really wanted to be friends. You really? All right, guys. So befriending them didn't work. And also, could you get those
Wow,
stupid crabs to stop attacking each other? Get them to fight for us.
You did not try very hard there.
Are these scorpions on our level?
No, they're on level C.
I guess I'll tell the hermit crabs to cease what they're doing and go find another animal to beat up.
So on level B, it's like all water, and there's like glass walls in between B and C. But they, you could essentially, this is kind of like meta me telling you this, but if you're controlling them, you could tell them to like maybe break the walls and fight the next level or something like that. If you had something like that in mind.
How much water is in this thing? Would it
Oh,
fill
okay.
the bottom?
I'm gonna throw my realm warhammer at one of the last level right in front of us with the crawfish, so they'll go into the next level. The scorpions.
Okay, yeah, you throw whelm and it breaks the glass and flies back into your hand, and yeah, the water like rushes down and like all of it collapses into level C, and the crawfish and the scorpions are all washed into the next level down, which is D, which was the next water level with glass walls, and all of the water is like kind of contained inside of D now, and it's like flooded over up onto C. So levels D and C now are like submerged in water, and B is kind of cleared out. And all of the animals in these are all in level D now, like all fighting each other. The scorpions are trying to like get out of the water, and they're kind of like struggling with that. These sea lions are all like ganging up on the crawfish and trying to like attack them and break them open to try to eat them.
I think they're sufficiently distracted, guys.
Yes.
Who's getting devoured now? Who's getting devoured now? Huh?
As all this happens, the three creatures on the bottom that look like these winged like lion type creatures are all looking at all of this, all the other monsters in here, and they're like looking really excitedly and hungry, but they're still like 10 feet below in this like floor area, and they can't like climb up the walls to get in there, so they're just looking at everything like really hungrily.
All right, well, I think it's clear we're going to have to kill those beautiful winged creatures. But anyone have any ideas on getting past the third and fourth floor?
So C is now flooded, right? And the scorpions are fighting the hermit crab.
C and D are both like in water now, and the crabs, the scorpions, and the sea lions are all kind of like bunched up together, all fighting each other, trying to take each other down.
I'm gonna try to command the sea lions to assist the hermit crabs in killing the scorpion.
Okay, so I think they will do that. They'll all kind of gang up. There was, let me see, how many of the hermit crab type creatures were there? 6 of those and 6 scorpions. They're all roughly equally matched. So you throw the sea lions in there, and I think they turn the tide, and the scorpions like were already struggling in the water, and the scorpions all get killed off, and one of the sea lions dies in the struggle.
Okay, cool. I think
I want the scorpions to know that I know that they lost. Just with the presence of my mind. I don't have to say anything.
They know, and they die defeated and depressed.
That's right. I just whisper under my breath, that's right. And Greg's like, what?
I think we can go down. I don't think they're gonna.
Hey guys, let me try something real quick.
Can I toss a fireball at the winged creatures?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, you can.
Hell yeah, dude.
What if all these things are friendly and like we're just
care.
killing them for sport?
I don't care.
So
It's a
the bottom row here, you don't mind where you guys are at on this map, but the bottom floor area here, let me see if I can. All right, so there's 3 of these beasts kind of walking around on the bottom floor here, all pacing back and forth, like eyeing all of these delicious looking animals. And they're all kind of grouped up in the middle of the cement floor, walking back and forth, and you can see that their wings are clipped. And looking at them more closely now that you've kind of cleared out some of the upper levels, you can see that they're all manticores. So yeah, if you want to toss a fireball down there, I don't see why not.
It's a shame such beautiful creatures have to go.
I'm gonna toss the fireball right on them.
All right, let me see. So they have to make a dex save, correct?
I think it's DC 14.
All right, dex. Their dex is not too bad. Let me get a new paper here. First one, it's a 4. Second one, 12, and up. All right, so the top one fails. This bottom right one fails, and the bottom left one succeeds. So
Okay, so only the bottom left one takes half damage.
okay, so what's your
Okay,
damage?
so it's 8d6, so let's go.
Roll it up.
My God.
24, 35,
35.
39.
39. Let's go.
39 damage. So they both take 39, and then the guy on the bottom left takes 20. And what is their health? So they're all looking pretty roughed up. Their wings are all singed off now, and their fur is starting to like be burnt, and you feel this heat wave blast up from beneath, and the glass like heats up and glows this orange glow before it fades, and the smell of like burning hair comes up to the top level where you guys are at.
Skadoosh.
And they all got fireballed, but they're still roaming around down there, but they start to be more and more active. And they notice that you're up there, and they see where the fireball came from, and they all pick up their massive tails, and all 3 of them start to shoot these tail spikes at you along the top level that you're standing on. So 17 to hit you, Flack.
Barely, yeah. With my
Okay.
new mage armor.
Take 7 damage.
Okay, like my false life.
9 to hit against Brack, so that's a miss. 16 to hit against Clack.
Crap.
Take 7 damage. And they just look like they just keep on like winding up to shoot these tail spikes at you guys. What are you doing?
Hey guys, I got this.
Do you got it?
Yeah. I was gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Ice Storm next. If you guys don't have anything
Oh
planned.
yeah, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send in the squad next.
Sounds good. All right.
How about you like a little bit of fire? Now we got a little bit of that ice.
Very nice.
So let's see how this works. This is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, same thing. Top one, 12, bottom right, 6, bottom left, 17. So,
Same thing as last time.
yeah, cool.
So it's 2d8 bludgeoning and 46, and then half as much if they succeed.
All right, roll it up.
So yeah, 2d8 bludgeoning and 46 cold, if that matters for the difference of damage.
Okay.
Types. Let's see. Dupe, and 46.
So 7 plus.
Okay, those are two. Oh yeah, okay.
So 19 total?
Yeah, 19, and then it creates difficult terrain till my next turn.
Okay.
To the end of my next turn.
See what their total health is here. All right. The 2 top right and top and right are dead. And the other one takes another 10, so he's looking pretty rough. And starts to just like run back and forth in circles around this bottom like area here.
You guys want to finish this one off?
I throw my hammer.
Very nice. Wave goes into your mind, Clack, and says, let me join in as well. You guys both unleash your legendary weapons at the same time.
Yeah, 17.
Send all the creatures of the deep after it.
Oh, heck yeah. So you throw this hammer and it bounces off of the manticore, hits it, and crushes it, and then on its way back up breaks the glass of the lower level, and all of these creatures surge in and like devour the manticore bodies, and all of the water slowly drains out of the room into the bottom level and seems to dissipate into some unseen like cracks in the floors or holes in the bottom floor, and then the crawfish that remain kind of scurry into the corners of the room, and the sea lions just kind of start like bathing around on the cement floor and flopping around.
Doing sea lion things, that's all.
Yep, they're just chilling. So
I
you
think we're
guys
good to
have
go down, guys.
cleared out the room here, and if you'd like to make your way down to the bottom floor, you get down there and you see, let's see, at the bottom, the water drained out straight down through an old lava tube in the mountain and into a large empty cave. And you can see the door at the bottom. Let's see, was there anything else in here? No treasure or anything? Nope. So the door on the backside of where the manticores were hanging out is just like a grated bar door, and you can see in it a tunnel. And as soon as all of the water is drained out and the manticores are dead, the grated bar door just swings open, and the tunnel seems open to you, and you hear the voice of Black Razor appear in your heads again, and it says, "Yes, come closer. You're finally here. Release me from this horrid prison, and unleash our power on the world."
Yes, I can feel it. Finally, true power will be mine. Oh wait, you guys can hear me. I
Yeah.
thought this was in my head.
Yeah. Sketch, dude.
All right, with all these talking heads, I forgot that sometimes I'm talking out loud. Disregard that. I definitely don't want world domination.
Gonna note that. Let's go take a note on that one. Watch out for this guy.
Doesn't want world domination. I'll write that for you.
Are we going to continue on? It's pretty late.
Yeah, let's go. I'm starting to lead.
Okay.
You guys
A high five one of the horses and skedaddle.
all right, you make it through to the end of the tunnel, and you see this giant, very fancifully ornate, like decorated brass and iron door with like gold gems and coverings all over it, and it looks fitting of like the final door to the last room of the dungeon, and we're gonna end it there tonight. Very nice, guys. That was awesome. You guys made it right to the end, so I think our plan for next week to just finish this off and then start right up in the next stage of the Elder Council will be perfect. If you guys are interested in doing that.
I like that a lot because then it kind of brings together. Because sometimes I get a little bit disconnect when it's like a week and you come back in, even in the same dungeon, and especially between two different campaigns, they could feel very separate. So I like the idea of like it being in one kind of like show where we kind of come on, we kind of meet up with like the town, and then it kind of just all connects with the story. I really like that.
Cool. Yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited. So what I need from you guys, let's see. I think Darrow. So let me really quickly just run through this while I have you here, Dr. Feargood. I'll send you. I have it all pretty much all typed up. I'll send you the super quick recap of everything that's happened in the main story so far. But
Okay.
these guys as characters, Samurai, who has been playing our lovely monk Clack in the Goblin Squad, has been playing a half elf bard named Darrow, who is a kind of
Darrow
a
Morningwood.
Darrow Morningwood, yes, who is kind of a he was a sailor in his regular life in Faerun before Faerun was kind of transformed into this post-apocalyptic world, and he hails from a long line of people of the water, and he's a ship captain. And Vampire King, who has been playing the awesome sorcerer Flack in the Goblin Squad, he is playing Chad, the Dragonborn Barbarian. And Chad Supreme, of course, the white Dragonborn Barbarian, the ice dragon man.
He's the
He's
coolest.
very smart too.
Yes, he's a genius. There's various NPCs that the players have run into, and they were teleported from Faerun by a warlock woman named Rabble, a tiefling warlock woman who was sent by the gods of fate to save the most important survivors from Faerun, to come and stop the Lich who brought about this apocalypse, if that makes sense. So they were all teleported by this warlock, and they landed in the desert in the post-apocalyptic version of Faerun, and they went on some adventures and kind of got into some hijinks and were taken captive by this gladiatorial slave society, and they escaped there, went through a dungeon, and then they finally met back up with some of the original NPCs that they met in the desert, and they were taken to their town called Aegis, which is kind of the safe haven for all the survivors of this apocalyptic scenario that are surviving and trying to build up their forces in the resistance against the Lich King. So that's the super quick recap. I'll kind of send that all to you in text form so you can kind of think about it and parse that a little bit more clearly, if that makes sense. So if you could, before the next session, send me a quick, like, semi-detailed description of what you want your character backstory to be, and description of what your character looks like in depth, like what kind of gear and kind of look and vibe that you're going for, then eventually I will get you the character portrait created, because everyone has their own character portraits to use as the tokens on the map and stuff. For the first couple sessions, we'll probably just have to use a placeholder bugbear for you, just because I don't have the art yet.
Okay.
But send me all that before we start next time, and you have the character totally created and everything on Roll20, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I will send you a list of some of the magic items that your character is going to have, because all the other characters are like, they've obviously gathered some treasure and stuff throughout their adventures, so I don't want to just drop you in with just your starting equipment.
Okay.
So you'll have some stuff, and
I have a dragon egg.
yes, our character who is no longer with us, his gear will all be split amongst you, and we'll go over all that next week. So I'm super excited for everything that we have going on, and thank you guys again for playing through this whole crazy goblin ancient old school D&D adventure with me. It's been a big dream of mine to run one of these old modules for a long time, and I'm really glad we got to do it. And it's been like such a huge success. I think it's been the most fun that I've had playing D&D yet, so I think it's just going to keep getting better.
It's definitely great. Yeah,
awesome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I believe not next week, but the week after. I am not going to make it on Wednesday, so we will have to decide if we're going to take the week off or reschedule. Up to you guys probably, but we may just take the week off and come back after that. So we'll be here next week, and then probably not the Wednesday after.
Okily dokily.
But as long as we get next week, I've been waiting. I'm waiting like 6 weeks for Black Razor to give me that. Give me that. Give me the goods.
Yeah, wave like
You can't just like wave it ahead and be like, JK. Next week,
Well, we'll see what happens.
What if Black Razor's like a
you
butter
all get
knife?
crushed by a boulder.
Yeah, what if Black Razor's not a sorcerer weapon?
Yeah, he's like just like an actual just like lich, and he's just like waiting there to like ambush us.
You fool!
You idiot! What do you think?
You've collected my weapons for me.
Yeah, and like the weapons like led us to him because like they're telling him it's his brother.
That'd be pretty
They
awesome.
turn on us.
No,
and,
that's
like,
actually
come out of our
Poseidon, and
hands.
he's really pissed.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. I'm going to. Oh, what's up?
Just don't give him any ideas, guys.
Yeah. I wasn't going to do any of that, but now I am.
Right?
Definitely
No.
going to make you guys fight Poseidon.
Yeah, you want to try the secret room first?
If we're fighting Poseidon, you gotta at least bring back the giant crab.
That would be awesome. All right, I
Wouldn't
think
it?
I'm going to call it a day right there, you guys. I'll end the old call, and then we're going to raid somebody with the stream tonight. So thanks again. I had an awesome time. Thanks for all the support tonight from everybody watching. Papa Howell, thanks for hanging out. Tweedler, what's up, man? Thank you guys so much for hanging around. All of the support and everything has been great. I had a really awesome time. So that'll be it for that, and I will see you guys. Dr. Feargood, I'll talk to you before the next session, and we'll get you all caught up, and we'll be good to go.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
See you guys.